Mary Frances Gadsden. Everett Fuller. Jacob Armour. Budget Betsy. Christy Edwards. Parker Stetz. Sean Comboy. Alex Sullivan. Blake Wilson. Jesslyn Wilson. Jackson Scott. Kevin Kwong. Reese Mataz Ferguson. Tim Lunsford. Morgan Allen. Wesley Walker. David Thompson. Tina Thompson. Brittany Sturdivant. Brittany Sturdivant's husband, Robert Sturdivant. And now your hosts, Neely Stevens and Caroline Wilder.
Tonight. We have an incredible evening planned out for y'all tonight. But before we get into that, we've got a little game for y'all.
Yeah, okay, so tonight we're playing rock, paper, scissors! Yeah! Woo! Okay, and so if you win rock, paper, scissors, you get the Covenant Element coin! Woo! Ah, come on guys. Ooh. Ah. And the winner of the coin gets free drinks for the whole year.
Everybody up. Everybody stand up. So tonight we're introducing a new element to Element, the Rule Cops. Everyone give them a warm welcome.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were
The Rule Cops are gonna make sure that nobody cheats during the game. I'm looking at you guys, 8th grade boys. If a Rule Cop tells you you're out, you are out. And if you get out, just please sit down. So, you're gonna be playing with the screen. If the screen beats you, sit down. Y'all ready? Watch the screens. Ready? Go. Paper. Scissors. Y'all go down there and make sure that y'all go down there and make sure they don't cheat. Y'all go down.
Sit down if you lost. Sit down if you lost. Okay, if you
tie,
lost,
say
sit
Sandy.
down. If you got scissors, keep up. Okay, is everybody ready for the next round? Yeah! Okay, guys, we're gonna go again. In 3, 2, 1, go!
Alrighty, round 3, ladies and gentlemen. You ready? Round 3.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go!
Alrighty, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. This time you have to get the same thing as what is on the screen. If you don't get what's on the screen, you sit down.
It's now. Okay, you have to match up this with the screen. Y'all ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
No!
Hey, sit down if you don't get it.
If you did not get paper, sit down. one more round against the screen. One more round. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, if you are still in the game, come up here. Okay, everybody partner up. Everybody partner up.
If it's an odd number of people,
I'll be your partner.
triple up.
You're gonna play against your partner. You ready? Rock, paper, scissors.
No. Sit down! Sit down!
Rock, paper, scissors.
Sit down.
Our people that are left, partner up. We got a group of 3. You 3. Oh, we're in still. Ready? Rock. Y'all ready, boys? We got a phone call. Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That's a tie. Did y'all tie too?
Yep.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Alrighty.
You waited too long.
Scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. We have our winner! That's fine.
Free drinks for the whole year!
Yes. No, go. Alrighty, thank you to our wool cops.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
This is about Topics October.
So, this October, we're doing a new segment called Topicstober. The best part of it is that y'all get to pick what goes on tonight.
Yeah, y'all chose what we do tonight. You choose the songs, the skit, the games, everything. Because Robert sent out a survey.
So tonight, one of the most voted on topics to learn about was worship. So tonight, we get to hear from Francis Saravalo and Jackson Scott, 2 of our worship leaders, as well as another member of the student leadership team, Megan Brown.
The video?
Huh? So Caroline, how do we plan SNL?
Okay, so each week there's a group of juniors and seniors, the Element student leadership team, and we get together to recap the video the SNL from the previous week.
We also get to plan SNLs in the future. Y'all want to see what goes on? Let's take a look at this video.
Roll the clip.
Anyways, it turned out it wasn't my grandma. It was a pothole.
All right, everybody, listen up. We need to come up with ideas for upcoming SNLs. Megan, what do you got?
Llamas.
I hate it. Drew?
Llamas with hats.
I hate that even more. Graham, what do you got?
Okay, I got it. Llamas with hats and sunglasses.
No more llama ideas. Neely, give me something good.
I don't have any ideas right now.
Okay, fine. Neely from the future, do you have any ideas yet?
Still nothing.
Okay, fine. Kate, please give me something good.
Okay, get this. Robert, skydiving.
Boring. Get to the end.
Okay. So the cow says, why isn't he moving?
I love it, but we can't do that because Robert's bovinophobic. Bailey, what do you got?
What if you replace the cow with a llama?
No more llamas! Nick, what ideas do you have?
Nick's not here.
Fine, we'll shoot Nick's part later. Nobody will know the difference. Nick, what idea do you have?
What if the llamas could fly?
Absolutely not. Graham?
I actually like the idea.
Graham with a hat?
I actually hate the idea.
Graham with a hat and sunglasses?
I'm split.
We're never gonna get this done. Neely from the present, do you have any ideas now?
Yeah, I actually do.
It's too late for that. Bailey, last chance.
I got it. Nick on the street, he's walking down the street, falls into a pothole, ends up in an alternate universe.
In this alternate universe, Nick is riding a llama. He's herding cows. The cows and the llama are flying through the sky. They're chasing Robert, and he's firing laser guns at him.
I can answer that for you. You can call me Dr. Sturdy Pants. Caroline's shoes are filled with a small device that tracks her movement. A school bus filled with children is currently hanging over a cliff directly above the world's largest jar of open mayonnaise. The moment she stops running, a robotic arm will release the rope and send a bus of school children plummeting into the jar of sandwich spread. I will not reveal my identity. What I will do is play a game. Bring to the stage the Bridge of Destiny. Blake and Alex, do not move. You will be our contestants. Caroline, outside of these doors next to the trash cans is a bucket. Said bucket is used by students to dump their drinks. Dip a cup into the bucket and place it in the center of the Bridge of Destiny. Go now. While we wait, I will explain the rules. I will ask each of you a series of questions related to the most beloved member of the team, Parker. If you get a question correct, the cup will move one space towards your opponent. If you get it incorrect, it will move one space towards you. At the end, the loser will have to drink the bucket juice. Neely, you will be responsible for moving the cup. Are you ready? Let me know when you're ready. Alex, you will be first. How old is Parker?
46.
36 is correct. Blake, what is Parker's real name?
Parker's real name? Parker. Lord Sturdy.
That is incorrect. The small child of the audience was correct. Move the cup. Alex.
This is gonna be over quick.
Someone silence the small child. Alex.
Yes, sir.
How long has Parker been married?
Ooh. He has like 18 children, so like 15 years.
15 years?
Yes.
No, the correct answer is 14. Blake, there's a word tattooed on Parker's forearm. What is that word?
Strength.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is temporary.
It's a temporary tattoo.
Alex, many children does Parker have?
Oh, 6.
That is correct. Blake, how many followers does Parker have on TikTok?
This is your make or break question right here. If you miss this one, you drink it. Be careful.
43,000.
The correct answer is 1.9 million. Alex,
Blake,
the final question.
Blake has lost. Oh.
Before moving to Alabama, which state did Parker live in?
Texas.
No, the correct answer is California. That was the final question. Who is the loser?
Blake is the loser.
Blake, you will now drink from the cup
Can we
of
get a
bucket
chant?
juice.
Chug, chug, chug,
Chug it.
chug, 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 chug.
Disgusting.
Finish it off. Finish it off.
Okay,
Now
Dr.
remove the Bridge of Destiny and sit.
We played your game. Now what do you want?
I have bigger plans. But you have to wait until the next SNL.
We will find out who you are, Dr. Sturdy Pants. We will find your identity.
Hey Neely, I actually found out a rumor that on October 23rd, the Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Gang are gonna come to Spooktacular SNL, Super Spooktacular, and we can ask them for help.
That is a great idea, Caroline. Until next time, here is your Weekend Update.
Everyone, I'm Svea Erickson.
And I'm Maren Polishek, and this is your Weekend Update.
Well, a lot has happened since we last saw you here at Element.
A lot has happened, so let's get into it.
Well, let me start off by saying...
Wait! Svea, I've got some important news.
Okay. Can it wait until after Weekend Update?
No, I just have to tell you about this news.
Okay, then tell us, what's the exciting news?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Svea. This just in. We have a very special guest coming to join us for Weekend Update this week. Woo!
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah, she's pretty, fly. Ha.
Oh my gosh, is our special guest the world-renowned NASA pilot Eileen Collins?
No! Our guest is a real hoot.
Wait. You mean...
That's right, Svea. Everyone, please help us welcome this week's special guest, the Super Early Bird.
Hello, I'm the Super Early Bird. Hello. Hi. Hello, kind human children. Thank you for your warm welcome with your human hand things.
Super Early Bird, it's nice to see you again. What have you been up to these days anyhow?
Oh, just been watching all of your fun SNLs and dodgeball tournaments and your fusion hoops from afar and waiting for my time to come join you all once again at this very booth.
Oh, you've been watching everything?
Yes, of course. Of course, I know all about your events and your shindigs going on around the good old Haven City.
Oh, awesome. So, in theory, you kind of already know all the information that we'd be saying on this segment, yes?
I do believe that is what I'm saying.
That's incredible. We kind of feel like taking a break from Weekend Update today.
What?
So we're just going to head out now, okay?
See ya, Super Early Bird. Good luck with your Weekend Update.
Wait,
Bye.
where are you? Y'all are the host. I'm reading the script right pick up a letter that's sitting on the ground right now and read it aloud. It's on the counter. It says, the script says it's on the ground. Where is it? Oh, it's right here under my script. It says, oh, let's get this mic in the middle. Dear Super Early Bird, talk about Discovery Weekend, Dodgeball Game, the Picture Game winners, and the next few weeks at Element. Okay, bye. Heart, heart, heart. Well, it seems as if this was some prearranged scheme, much like a lot of the things here at Weekend Update, but I am the Super Early Bird, so surely I can do this, right? Plus, I'm sure you will all be willing to help me, right? Yeah! All right. Well, let's get started with an easy one. Let's see here. Oh, how about the dodgeball tournament? That looked super fun. I was perched up in my nest atop the gym, and I saw an awful lot of cheating going on, but lots of fun too. So, can someone tell me who won? That doesn't look like the winners. That looks like that's like a really fun team, the Despicable Me team. Oh, the dad referees. They were very fun, and they were those are the cheating group, the group that doesn't know how to play dodgeball. But that looks like the winners right there. They were super fun. They got $100 cash, the Alabama Dodgers, and it was super fun nights. But anyway, that is enough for the dodgeball tournament. All right. That's enough. Okay. As you all know, I am the Super Early Bird and kind of a Discovery Weekend aficionado around these parts. So let's start off by talking about that. Discovery Weekend is an incredible weekend of fellowship, friends, fun, and funnel cake. Wait, no, there's no funnel cake. But all these other things that I just mentioned and more are happening at Discovery Weekend, March 3rd through the 5th. And prices have never been lower. So sign up now and take advantage of the Super Early Bird rates before it flies away for only $99. That's crazy. Yay. So, okay. Let me catch my breath because doing Mary Frances' voice is very tough on my vocal cords. Okay. Coming up at Element this week, we have Element Cafe, Tuesday and Thursdays. It's a new month, which means a new snack of the month. Come to Element Cafe on Tuesday to find out what that snack of the month could be, which it could be jelly beans, but that's just because I live here. I have a nest in the Haven, so I might know a thing or three. But what else? Or should I say, it's not in a Fusion Bible study group. Because you totally should be. You should totally be in a fusion group. These groups are a great way for you to not only get closer with your friends, but to God too. So who should you talk to about being in a fusion Bible study group? Christy, that's right. Where's Christy? There she is. Woo! Christy, Your Majesty, discipleship director. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for. It's time to review the September photocopy game winners. Parker, take it away.
Hey, thank you guys. Sorry, hold on. A little bit late. Hold on, sorry. Hold on. Sorry, I was busy. We were doing, wrong button. Nope. Okay, hey, we guys, we did where's that small child? Small child, you're grounded, be quiet. Hey, we did a super fun thing, which was photocopy. That was so fun. We told you guys to run around the church and try to copy the pictures that we took with the student leaders, and I scored all of them. Bottom line, you guys were absolutely awful. And I'm going to go through this right now, and we're going to look at all the horrible mistakes that you guys made. Here we go. This is what you were supposed to do. You're supposed to do this whole laying down thing. We were specifically looking for the shoes right there, but instead you guys decided to do no shoes and no wallet. That was absolutely horrible. No, didn't like that. This one did get the shoes. Oh, no, that's the right one. There you go. You guys got the shoes and you got the little phone. Only problem is the framing is absolutely horrible, so that's a no-go. This is the picture that you were supposed to be taking. This is the picture that we got. That was actually pretty close. Again, the framing is a little weird, but I'll accept it. This one right here, that one is okay, except for, again, the framing is pretty bad. The turning around backwards, that is one of the key things we wanted you to get. And here's another one, backwards, Patrick, all that good stuff. This one right here was absolutely wrong and no good at all. As you can see, that was not happening in the original picture. All right, and then there's another one where you are facing forward. That is a huge fail. You lost points for that one. This one right here, we were specifically looking for this little face down here underneath the pew, and this one did not have that and completely missed the detail of the face. This one did have that, which was pretty good. Except for right here, your hand, I looked at that and deducted points because her hand was not making that little finger point. Again, this is photocopy. I was looking for very specific details. This one is awesome. We were looking for somebody standing in the background, which this one has nobody standing in the background, which is a big fail. No, that does not. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Wait, you're right. That counts, except this right here was not happening. We did not have that person right there, so that is the fail on the outside. This one right here, I like it. I like the curve. Again, the person standing in the background, that was unintentional. Should have waited until they left, so that one was a no score. Let's quickly go through some more really quickly. This one was, I believe, Mary Francis's group. Whose kid is that? This one actually is the completely wrong direction. We were looking for the hallway facing that way. You guys faced the opposite way, which was a huge miss. All right, this one was our most complicated one. We were hoping you guys would get this, specifically noticing that on top of Neely's head, we had a pool cue. No one got that except for one team, which this team got absolutely nothing right, and this one, I'm very ashamed of that one. This one right here, you guys did get it. There is the pool cue. You got Neely was correct, and you also got Drew in the picture as well, so that was extra points. But the main thing I want you guys to notice right here is that the pool balls were set up absolutely correctly in the same order. Again, I went through these with a fine-tooth comb. Here's the picture that you guys were supposed to be doing with this, and again, whose small child is that? You are not giving a thumbs up. You are, again, I think you ruined the last picture too, where you put a handout in the elevator, but you should be doing 2 thumbs up. It's difficult to do. Neely did it. Here we go. Then right here, this one was okay. The framing I didn't like, but especially down here, no thumbs up. Finally, we have this one right here. This one was actually fantastic, and I want to show you guys that is correct, except for Will right here does not have his palms out correctly. He's making fists. That is wrong, so no points there. Finally, we've got this one. This one was actually pretty good and got everything correct. Oscar's looking great. That's all good. All right, that was photocopy. We do have a winner, and I judged this. Again, I went through this with a fine-tooth comb for hours and hours and hours of my time. I'm going to announce the winning team. There's going to be a lot of sore losers. That's okay. This doesn't mean that you're bad. It just means you're worse than everybody else here. Here we go. The winner for this event was whichever team this was. Who was that? Was that Alex's team? That's Jarmer? Or Alex and Jarmer? Good job. You guys are great winners. Fantastic job. You won absolutely nothing because you barely won. I mean, it was horrible, but that was pretty good. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys down for the game. Sorry. What? Can you polish my head? No, go back to Reese. I mean, go back to Super Early Bird. I'm so sorry.
Yes, don't wear it out. Well, I'm sure that game and the results will cause no controversy whatsoever, and no one will be upset. But let's keep going. Next Sunday, it's fall break! So, we will not have Element AM or SNL that week. But I will still be here, however, because again, my nest is in the staff office. I was told to say that in my script. After that, it's the 16th of October, 5 days until Taylor Swift's new album drops Meet Me at Midnight. Hey! And Element is also bringing back an oldie but a goodie, Destination Unknown. And like Taylor Swift, during the week leading up to our release to the location that we'll be traveling to, we'll be sharing some Easter eggs, TikTok, hidden messages, and breadcrumbs. Yum. all to give some fun clues as to where we'll be headed that night. So be sure to check in for Destination Unknown. On the 23rd of October, 2 days after Taylor Swift's new album and the potential new world order that comes from her new music that will surely be played 10,000 times in my Prius. Wait, I'm a bird, I don't drive, and I'm also not Mary Frances. I fly places, never mind. It's Element Spooktacular SNL. Woo! Join us for a verified Scooby-Doo of a night. I don't really know how that's a pun, but it is. Scooby-Doo of a night. That's what we're going to have. No, hey, stop. Finally, rounding out this oh-so-spooky, cozy, fall time. Hey! The early bird is talking. He's chirping, I should say. Mary Frances. Okay. Finally, rounding out this oh-so-spooky, cozy fall times, pumpkin spice for days, red sweater, reputation cardigan, that's mine, not his, month. It's Pumpkin Fest. Join us. Woo! It's going to be a Scooby-Doo of a night. Just kidding. Join us for our final night of Topicstober and one of the best nights of the night. That's what it says. Pumpkin Fest. Come early for the Homewood Witches Ride, too. They'll be flying past Element at 5:30, so be sure to come early. Traffic might be frightful. Unless you're a bird like me, then there's traffic is no problem. Traffic will be, because I fly. Unless you're flying JetBlue, then you're going to expect delays. Get it? Adult problems joke? Yes. One last page, I promise. All right. There we go. This year, with the tremendous leadership of Families Our Ministry, we will once again have our very own American Ninja Warrior course, accessible at many different skill levels for students. The Trinity Inflatable Bounce House, Caramel Apple Station, Gaga Ball Pit, Pumpkin Painting, Cornhole, Glow Stick Pumpkin Toss, Photo Booth, Pumpkin Bowling, and more. It is going to be a hoot and a half. A Scooby-Doo of a hoot. This night will also feature a costume contest, individual and group categories, of course, with amazing prizes. The Element staff will be having hard at work on our group costumes, so we're expecting all of our students to bring out their flyest costumes and creativity. I think that's it. That's it. Woo. Okay, I'm starving. I'm gonna go get some of those breadcrumbs. For Sevilla and Marin and the super early bird, this has been your weekend update. All right. Y'all ready to worship? Yeah, y'all ready to worship? Okay, great. Let's do it. Come on, sing. Father of kindness, you have poured out grace. You brought me out of darkness, you have filled me with peace. And giver of mercy, you're my help in time of need. Lord, I can't help but sing. So we sing. Faithful you are, faithful forever you will be faithful. Faithful you are, and all your promises are yes and amen. Sing that again, all your promises. And all your promises are yes and amen. Beautiful Savior. Beautiful Savior, you have brought me near. You pulled me from the ashes, you have broken every curse. And blessed Redeemer, you have set this captive free. And Lord, I can't help but sing. We sing faithful, faithful you are. Faithful forever you believe. Faithful you are, and all your promises are yes and amen. Come on! And all your promises are yes and amen. So we sing faithful, faithful you are, yeah. Faithful forever you will be. Faithful, faithful you are, and all your promises are yes and amen. Let's sing I Will Rest. And I will rest in your promises, my confidence not found in myself, in your faithful. Yeah. And I will rest in your promises, my confidence is your faithfulness. And I will rest in your promises, my confidence, God, is your faithfulness. And I will rest in your promises, my confidence. We believe it. It is your faithfulness, and faithful you are. Yes, you are. Faithful forever you will be. Faithful you are, and all your promises are yes and amen. Yes they are, yes they are, and all your promises are yes and amen. One more time, everybody. And all your promises are yes and amen. Yeah, amen. Sing peace.
Peace, bring it all to surrounding me. Let it break. Let your name still call the sea to still. Let me to still. At your name, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus.
Breathe.
Call these bones to live, and call these lungs to sing. And again,
I will praise.
I will praise Jesus, Jesus. You make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus. You silence fear. Oh, Jesus, Jesus. You make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus.
We sing that again, we sing Jesus.
Oh, Jesus, Jesus. You make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus. You silence fear. Oh, Jesus, Jesus. You make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus. And your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is alive, forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome. Tremble, Jesus, Jesus.
Sing his name. Sing Jesus, Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. Sing it out to him. Sing Jesus. Oh, Jesus, Jesus. One more time. Sing Jesus, Jesus. Sing your name
Is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is alive, it's forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is a light that the shadows can't deny. Your name cannot be overcome. Your name is alive, forever lifted high. Your name cannot be overcome. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, you silence fear. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, you make the darkness tremble. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
Sing Jesus, Jesus. Oh my
Jesus, Jesus.
a seat.
I've always loved art. Now, I'm not a professional artist. I've never even taken a class or anything like that, but I've loved doodling and scribbling and drawing little things here and there. In fact, going to an art gallery or even being in an art studio like this, it just gets my creative juices flowing. Now, here's the thing. I've seen some of the most amazing works of art that exist. I've seen The Starry Night. I've seen with my own eyes the Mona Lisa. Unbelievable. But today I want to show you a piece of art. You might not be familiar with this artist or her body of work, but it's really some pretty incredible stuff. Let me just find it here. Here it is. This artist is special to me. Take a look at this piece. This is an Alexis Griffin original. That's right, my daughter made this drawing for me. It's an expression of her love for me. And I don't know if you think this is that great or even that good, but to be honest, it doesn't matter. Because I see love and care and attention to detail in every stroke of the pencil. I actually got to see Alexis working on this piece, and I got as much joy from watching her create it than from seeing the finished product. Now, I can tell one thing looking at this. She gave me her whole heart. I love it. Now, I realize Alexis doesn't have the skills of maybe a Van Gogh or a Da Vinci. I get that. But I can tell you this, there was an awful lot of care and intentionality that went into this special piece expressing her love for me. You see, God wants our heart more than He cares about our art. He cares about why we're worshiping, far more than how we're worshiping. Worship isn't just a church thing. It's not even just a music or art thing either. Worship is our heartfelt expression of love for God. It's an expression for His goodness and mercy and love for us that we give to Him in return. And we do that both personally, just as individuals, and also in community as a church. Now, worship can take on a lot of different forms. I mean, let's go back to the work of art from my daughter, right? I mean, what was the inspiration for what we see here? Well, I see a father and daughter holding hands. And so I like that. I think it's an image of the safety and security and how she feels when she's around me. Like, I love that. Or they're even on a journey together and they're on a path together. And I love how the image is all black and white except for the hearts between father and daughter, right? Just symbolizing her love for me. I love everything about this picture. This picture is really a reflection of our relationship. And worship is an expression of love for your relationship with God too. You see, that's what our core verse is talking about this week. In the book of Psalms, it describes this amazing God, the Father, who loves us. He's full of unfailing love. He's compassionate. He showers His people with grace. Like, what a powerful testament to the relationship that we have with God. And that is so worthy of our worship. That is someone who receives the artwork of our lives, like a father admiring the work of his beloved child. So, beloved child, worship this week and let the work of art that is your life bring praise to Him.
Everyone. Hey. All right. So glad y'all are here tonight. We're going to do things a little bit different than we normally do
for an SNL. You heard earlier tonight from our host that we are doing a series this month called Topics-tober, which is where basically you get to tell us what it is you want to talk about. And talking with some of y'all early on in the start of the school year, one of the first things that came up was how a lot of you wanted to talk about just what worship actually is. I think a lot of us have ideas of what it is. We might be even able to define it in some way or another. But I think it also can mean a lot of different things for a lot of different people. And so tonight, while I could get up here, any of the staff or adult leaders could get up here, we could talk about our perspective maybe of what worship is. I thought it'd be better if we heard from multiple voices tonight. So to start things off, I'm going to invite Jackson, Megan, and Francis up to the stage. Will y'all welcome them? And so what we're going to do tonight is really more than anything have a conversation about what we see worship as. To hear from these folks that some of them are part of the band, some of them are part of our student leadership and have been part of Element for a lot of years now. And just to hear a little bit from them. And my hope is that not only will you hear different ideas and perspectives about what worship is from the three of these folks, but that you'll also start to be thinking for yourself what worship is and maybe even what sometimes worship isn't. So why don't we start just the three of y'all, just tell us a little bit about who you are. Francis, why don't we start with you?
I'm Francis Sarablo. I'm in 12th grade at Homewood High School. I do show choir, and I'm in Patriot Pride, and
cool.
I'm a peer helper captain this year. Sure. So, yeah, and I do the band at Element.
Excellent. Yeah. All right, Megan, you're up now.
I'm Megan Brown.
You got to hold the mic up a little bit. There you go.
Okay. I'm an 11th grader at Homewood High School.
Yeah, much better, much better.
I'm on the student leadership team here at Element.
Yeah. All right, Jackson, you're good.
Hi,
yeah,
I'm Jackson.
Yeah. Everybody cheer for Jackson. Yeah, very good. Yeah. That was a little too much, maybe. Just.
I work here.
Okay.
I'm the worship leader, director. I'm the worship director. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not actually my job title. I'm titled as the worship leader, but I like to tell people I'm the worship director at Trinity.
Why is
because
that?
it makes it sound
your
like
boss? I'm curious.
I'm cooler, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna come back to that as a question. I think later, director versus leader. Very good. Thank you for that helpful line. Okay, so why don't we start out just super simple with a kind of generic question, but what would you define as worship to you? Francis, what do you think? What is worship to you?
I would say it's being able to take a moment and just truly be in God's presence. Yeah. It could be through music. I mean, that's how I normally do it. So.
Yeah. Megan, what about you?
I would say that.
Right, on the skin. These two are in the band, so they're used to it. Yeah, right there. It's very good. You're gonna do great.
Okay, I would say what Francis says.
Yeah, it's just right there.
But I would say, you can worship in all different places. One of my favorite places is here and in my car. It's a great way to do it.
Okay. So we've talked a little bit about both already here, but also in the video, about what worship is and what worship isn't, and also how worship isn't just necessarily music. And so Jackson, as the worship leader or director, whatever title it is.
Worship director, everybody.
What would you say worship can be outside of just music?
I feel it can be anything if you're doing it for the glory of God. I mean, that's such a Sunday school answer.
It is.
But
that's okay.
It's true, right?
We're just warming up. We're just getting started. It's okay.
Oh, so that wasn't a good answer?
No, it's okay.
Okay,
it's all right.
fine. I don't know. I feel like that's a pretty accurate answer, though.
Yeah.
People do.
So
Yeah.
Our core verse, like you saw in the video this week, is from the Book of Psalms, and the Book of Psalms was written thousands of years ago, written as really a way of the author talking with God. And more than anything, not just talking with God or just naming things about God, but having this sort of conversation both with praise and gratitude for God. But then there's also these verses in the Book of Psalms that talk about the author's honesty before God and confusion and frustration. And in all of them, it's the author's, I guess, really genuine expression of trying to understand and guess really the same thing we're trying to do tonight, of answering the question, what is worship? The verses that you just heard in the video a minute ago, they come from the book of Psalms, chapter 145. There's lots of different small little chapters and verses throughout the book of Psalms, so I encourage you to check out some of those. And it says this: "The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, and rich in love. The Lord is good to all. God has compassion on all that God has made." So if you look at this verse, you notice like there's not much in this verse that talks about like singing or worship. Really, more than anything, it's helping all of us understand who God is, which I think in a lot of ways means that worship is our expression back to God, like our most honest ability and most honest response to who God is. So this week, actually just yesterday, there's a group of us that all grew up together at Vestavia and Vestavia Hills United Methodist Church, and we found out just yesterday that our youth choir director passed away unexpectedly. And Mark, his name was Mark Ridings, he was our choir director all through my middle school and high school years. And Mark, like I said, he passed away unexpectedly yesterday. A lot of us were really shaken up and surprised by this news. And one of the most important things about that for us, one of the things I think that really shook a lot of us, and you know, just anytime you lose somebody that matters to you, it's something that you grieve, and there's good reason for that. And one of the reasons for me was that growing up in my youth ministry experience, I had 8 different youth directors over the 7 years I was in youth ministry. Like every single school year, sometimes in the middle of the year, our youth director left or something happened and they left and we got a new youth director. So there was not a lot of consistency of people that we really could connect with and get to know like a lot of y'all have here. But Mark was one of those. Mark was our youth choir director for 16 years, just at Vestavia alone. He was there way before me when I got into middle school and high school. And one of the things that he taught all of us for so many years about worship is that worship happens when we're honest with God. Worship happens when we're honest with God. And I kept thinking about that yesterday as we were about to have this conversation about worship means. I kept thinking about Mark all those years telling me for 7 years that worship happens when you're honest with God. Because we were this, youth choir. We're singing and we're performing. And sometimes it can be really hard to distinguish the difference between like a performance and worship. And I hope that that's what we talk about here in a little bit. Actually, Jackson, I'm going to pick on you for a second because, you call yourself the worship director and not the worship leader. So talk to me a little bit about like what worship planning looks like for you here. Like when we get here and we're setting up for SNL and we're talking about songs. Yeah, we're picking the songs. Like you saw the video earlier, all of you saw the video of the students planning SNL. But there's, we do all that, but then there's also, the music that we sing and pick out. Like how is it that you go about picking all those things out to where we can have an honest response with God?
Well, it's a big question.
It is. That's why I asked you.
Yeah,
director?
great. Thanks.
The fancy title.
Youth director?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
We're both directors.
Hey,
yeah, you know me. Okay. I feel like I'm always wanting to pick songs that like aren't going to be too like they're familiar enough with the band where Francis and me and anybody else who's leading the song doesn't have to think like too hard about what song is or what lyric is about to come next, and all you have to do is be present in that moment and be singing and feeling the words and bass. I mean, I don't know. And the same with the instrument people, whatever they called. Instrumentalists, sure. I don't want anybody to like be thinking too hard about the notes that they're playing and more about what's happening and being present in that moment, I guess. And same for the people out here, all the students out here, our congregation, if you will. I feel like if we're singing all these songs that you don't know, then you're focusing on the words that you don't know. And like, it's good to have new songs once in a while and to take some of that new information in and hear words hear the word in a way that you haven't heard it in a little while. But it's also good to close your eyes and to like sort of do what you do when you worship and not have to be reading the words as they come. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, okay. So that actually that
said the
brings
same
up a
thing
great
like
point.
3
Like
times.
we just sang the song "Tremble," which if you've been at Element for a while, what? You're doing great. You're all doing great. We sang the song "Tremble" just now, and that's a song if you've been around here for a while that like that's not a new song. Like we've been singing that song for a while, and so you might think, well, why not do some newer songs? Like why not constantly be like updating the playlist, and every single week we should be introducing a new song instead of singing some songs that maybe some of us have even like heard a bunch and sung a bunch to where we're like, ooh, we've sung, Lion and the Lamb. For me, I'm like, we've sung that song a lot. We sang it this morning in Contact. Like we've sung that song a lot, yeah. But it reminds me of, we also have a great traditional worship service where we open up a hymnal and we sing songs that have been sung for some of them hundreds, thousands of years, and it reminds me a lot of those hymns we were talking about earlier, like "Come Thou Fount," a song that a lot of us probably know at least in some way, in some part of it by heart. That any of us could probably sing it who've been around the church for a little while. And with particularly that song, I think about how there's times for me when I want to sing "Come Thou Fount" because I want to listen to the melody. I know that melody. It's one that I could sing in my sleep almost. But then there's other times that I got to remember the words of that song. Like Jackson was saying, that sometimes getting those words almost just in your heart to the point where you could recite them without even trying, in some ways helps us be recentered back on God. The second verse of "Come Thou Fount," I don't know if you'll know it says, "Here I raise my Ebenezer." If I had to guess, most of you probably maybe not even be aware of what an Ebenezer is. It's Scrooge. That's right. Ebenezer Scrooge. Christmas time is coming. Ebenezer, back in the day, was this idea of marking something as holy. Marking something as holy. And what people would do when they had an encounter with God is they would build an Ebenezer. They would literally take rocks and stack them up about this high or so as a way of marking both for themselves and for anyone else that happened to pass by on that street, that road, that neighborhood, whatever, that here's where someone encountered God. Here's where someone encountered God. And I don't know about y'all, but there are times in my life when I need to sing songs like that and be reminded of "Here I raise my Ebenezer," to sing those words and think back and realize, like, okay, where were the times when I have encountered God? Or maybe I'm not feeling God's presence very much in my life right now, and I need to remember where God is. Megan, I wonder, like, and Francis, you can jump on this too. Like, is there a song that you often go to when you are really just like, you're needing to recenter yourself on God a little bit?
So mine would probably have to be "Make Room," just because when I was in 8th grade, I heard that at Middle School Discovery, and it like really opened my eyes about how like I was only focusing on school and not like my relationship with God, and like not putting that first, putting softball and band, like all of those things before God. And so that's...
Yeah. Francis, what about you?
Probably "Defender." Do you know that one? We don't sing it here.
Oh, the shade is still
Let me just say, the first verse of that song says, "You come back with the head of my enemy." That's biblical, but that's scary.
It's a very good song.
We might have to teach that one and get it. Might start with like what this means, and then we'll go into the song.
I mentioned it like the
Which
first
is an
time I
important
came
part of
on
worship
stage,
too.
and it hasn't been done. Just saying, but it's
Sure.
it's a great one.
Okay, yeah. All right, and why does that song matter to you?
Because she likes beheading her enemies. Duh.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, it's because when I first like got into like contemporary worship music, I was at my old church, and I heard that song, and those lyrics were the ones that connected me the most, because like the chorus is going, like, "Hallelujah, you have saved me. So much better your way." So that kind of was like my awakening into like my own faith.
Yeah. So that's great. It brings me into the next question I had, which is, tell me about a meaningful worship experience. Because again, as we're trying tonight to talk about what worship is, one of the things that I think can be really important is those centering places where we go back and say, this is where I know I've connected with God before in my life, especially in seasons where maybe we don't feel like we're connecting very well with God. So, Francis, tell me about a meaningful worship experience you've had in your life.
Okay, I was in 7th grade, and I was home alone. Well, my parents were there, but my parents were, I was in my room by myself. Here's why. Because my parents were splitting up, and they were fighting. That happens in life. But my parents were, going through it, having an argument, and my sister wasn't there to be with me. So I was freaking out. I was crying. I didn't know what to do. I was overwhelmed. So I called my friend Susanna, and I was like, Susanna, I don't know what to do. What's happening? I can't calm down. They're fighting. I don't know what to do. And she said, Francis, put in your headphones, sit in your bed, and shuffle worship music. And I promise you'll calm down. And that's exactly what I did. And that's, I guess, the first time that it really stuck with me.
Megan, what about you?
I would say along the same lines, but mine was actually one of my teachers that I had last year. I was stressed, not having a good day. She was like, put in your headphones, listen to worship music, and I calmed down within 5 minutes.
Yeah, so worship can happen in a lot of different ways, like we've already talked about. It can be something that happens like this, and it can be sometimes worship can happen where we just need to be just with ourselves and with God. Maybe because not necessarily we're trying to escape the circumstances around us, but we need to be reminded in really difficult moments and seasons that God is present with us anyways. That no matter what's going on, God hasn't abandoned us or left us. A lot of times we think and we live in a place where if things are going bad, that means God has abandoned us or left us or caused this bad thing to happen. And the truth is oftentimes that God's heart is breaking just as much as yours is. And it's when we recognize that, when we stop and pull away, maybe listen to some worship music or find another way, maybe it's art or journaling, something like that, that we can start to see how God is there with us, but also not leaving us there either. That God's trying to help bring us back out of those darker places, to give us people to encourage us, to tell us, why don't you step away and spend some time with God, right? That's a way of God being at work. But worship can also be a time not just of like, oh, I need to be with God because these bad things are happening. It can also be a time of giving praise back to God for the great things that are happening in our life. So, Jackson, I wonder, as a worship leader / director, if you've had times in your life where you've had this moment of wanting to really just worship and give thanks and praise back to God because of circumstances in your life.
Okay. I'm don't laugh at me, Trey. Well, so to be honest with you, I can't think of a whole lot of examples off the top of my head, but I know that they've happened, and I know that there are plenty of things that I have given thanks to God or am going to give thanks to God for, but I can't think of a ton off the top of my head. I probably need to start journaling, like you said, and write down all the moments.
Sure. Well, all right, so let me ask you this then.
Mm-hmm.
Why, this is your full-time job. Why do you do what you do?
I just love leading worship. I feel like you should do what you like doing. I like worshiping in general.
No, this is not a Q&A time. Thank you, though. In a minute, like at the end. Thank you.
I think I'm here because I like worshiping and I love God and I really enjoy leading worship. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that's pretty...
No, we've talked before about how each of us, God has given each of us different gifts and skill sets and abilities to do different things. And one of the things about life, one of the things, students, that you all are currently and will continue to be working to figure out is what is it that God has made you to do. And one of the gifts that I see in Jackson is not only his ability to worship and to kind of be an image bearer of God, but also to train and equip students to lead worship.
You say so.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm your boss. I feel like that's probably right. I feel like I have to say that. But I mean, the truth is, like, we could get, professional musicians up here if we wanted to, right? I mean, Francis is pretty good, but I'm just kidding. One of the beautiful parts about worship here is that it's authentic. I think in a lot of ways. It doesn't mean that it's always perfect or that like all of us are always like in the best headspace or anything else like that when we come into the Haven, but we could do worship differently. We could do worship differently, but we choose not to. And that's kind of where I want us to go next in this conversation. I mean, what would any of you say inspires you or helps you focus during a time of worship? Yeah, sure. Francis, jump in.
Like what helps? What's focusing?
Yeah, like what's a way of really centering yourself on God, especially you as a worship leader, before you even, stand up on the stage or anything else? How do you focus yourself on God before even starting to sing?
I take a deep breath because I can get really worked up and in my own head because I have like anxiety. So I normally just take a deep breath and breathe it out. But when I'm on stage, I mean, especially like if you're always looking at me, my eyes are probably closed. And I rock back and forth if you haven't noticed, especially if I have that much space. But that's kind of what centers me.
Well, that's a great lead into worship can look different for a lot of different people. Jackson, you've been leading worship for a long time. Talk to me a little bit about worship postures, and what kind of authenticity, how that falls in with authenticity and worship postures, the way in which we can physically be when we're in a space like this, singing and worshiping.
Do y'all see people holding their hands out or holding their hands up? Or it's and that's great. There's a reason that you're doing that, right? It's not just so that people can see you, because I know that you're not doing it that way. It's not really about doing something so that people can see you. You're doing something to express how you're feeling on the inside to God, You have your palms up because you are ready to physically receive God, and you're offering your praise to God, so you're giving it to Him. You know what I mean? There's many reasons why you would do anything, I guess. I don't know. And you rock back and forth because you're feeling the music, I'm sure. Yeah?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, again, going back to everything we've been talking about at the very beginning of this, that worship is our honest and authentic way of connecting and expressing with God. And we talked about this earlier, that you could be completely still when we're singing in here on Sunday nights, with your hands in your pocket, stoic, just reading the words, barely even singing. Or you could be somebody that your eyes are closed and you're able to sing really, really loud this song because you know the words so well you don't even need to look at the screen. And all of that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the way in which you are. What matters is your authenticity, that you're not being goofy or trying to show off or trying to make fun of or get people to notice you, but that instead you're recognizing that this opportunity on Sunday nights is a gift. We talked about this earlier too, that if our only goal for Sunday nights was just for all of our students to listen to worship music, we would just send out a playlist every Sunday night on Instagram and our text message at 6 and be listen to these 4 songs at your house. Bye. That would be it, right? We wouldn't need any of this. But there's something I think that happens when we're here that's different, both because of who we're singing to and the songs we're singing, but also because of how we are together. And we talked earlier about the differences between, when we were prepping for this, the differences between going to a concert versus coming here and singing, and how that can be really different because of both the words we're singing, who we're going to see, why we're going to see it. No offense to y'all, but I doubt a lot of us came here tonight because we're oh yeah, Jackson's leading worship, I'm coming to SNL, maybe somebody, Graham was, but that was it, right? So the rest of us, we come here for different reasons, and probably a lot of us, if we went around the room and spent the rest of the night looking at it, it would probably come down to community, or at least in the sense of I'm coming because someone else is here. I'm coming because this person invited me. That matters. It matters beyond just being invited. It matters because of what we get to do when we're together. And so I love it. Maybe Megan, you take this question first, and then the rest of y'all can jump in too. Talk a little bit about worship on Sunday nights means to you, like being in community versus like if we just like sent out a playlist and said, listen to these songs, hope you connect with God, see you next week.
First, I love the Element staff, so that's one.
Oh, thanks.
I love being here. I love community. Like, I get my energy from people, and whenever I'm here, like, I feel the love of people and the love of God, and I love hearing people sing. Like, it brings me joy, and so that's why I keep coming back every week.
Yeah, I think there's something really powerful about being in community and hearing each other's voices and singing together, and not just like doing it on your own. And that's what a lot of what I hope you all hear from these folks and experience, not just tonight, but every Sunday is worship is our authentic response to God and connection with God. But worship also very powerfully can happen when we are gathered together, when there are people who have different backgrounds and beliefs and understandings, but we can all come together and we can lift our voices and praise God together. And so we're going to wrap up tonight by just singing one more song and finishing up this time of worship. And I would just invite all of you as we sing. The band's going to come up. Y'all can just come this way. You don't have to go around. As the band comes up and leads us in worship, I hope that you'll think about the conversation we've had tonight, the ways in which you have worshiped before, the ways in which you worship tonight, and that you recognize that all of this tonight is just a gift to better connect with God. So as y'all stand up, will you thank our panel, and we'll sing one more song.
What's the thing?
I forgot I did this.
Before I spoke a word, you were singing over me. You have been so, so good to me. Before I took a breath, you breathed your life in me. You have been so, so kind to me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves a 99. And I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Yeah. I was your foe, still your love fought for me. You have been so, so good to me. When I felt no worth, you paid it all for me. Thank you, God. You have been so, so kind to me. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves a 99. And I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it. yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. And there's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up, mountain you won't climb up, coming after me. There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. And oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. And oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves a 99. And I couldn't earn it, I don't deserve it, still you give yourself away. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Yeah.
So, one of my favorite parts about worship is being able to experience being together and being with each other. And I just want to, is it okay if we do something real quick? Yeah? Okay.
You. God, I pray that as we leave here tonight, we be reminded that worship isn't just the times that we come to the Haven or to Element, but that worship can be any time that we are honest before you. We humble ourselves before you, Then we simply give our hearts back to you, our praise back to you. God, what a gift that is. That you're a God of love and a God of mercy. You don't ask us to do all these sort of things, to jump through all of these hoops in order to earn it. You just give it. And all you ask is that we respond with authenticity, honesty. So God, we thank you for that. We thank you for this time tonight. And we leave here tonight more aware of your presence in our lives, that others, when they see us, might know you better. I'll also pray in your holy name. Amen. All right, we have